This is Sparta!
Working out on some stuff, man, so just wait for me. Little technical difficulties, but we're gonna get right with it. One way or another. I kind of figure it out, but it's here one way or another. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation. We still going to bring the heat. We still going to bring the fire. We still going to do what we got to do. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can feel me, right? So here's the situation. I got to figure out Restream. They changed the horse or switched the horse in the middle of the race. So therefore, I'm like in a bind right now. So I'm trying to figure things out. I might have to hit up my dog, Big Game James and Skywalker, because there are a lot of things that I got to figure out as it relates to this. But nevertheless, it's got to be week 2, right? It's right around the corner for the game. Since it's on Sunday, we got an early game. We're not used to playing at the early slot, but I guarantee you that slot, everybody's eyes, everybody's ears are going to be tuned in to the Dallas Cowboys. Let me know if I'm lying, right? Let me know if I'm lying while I'm picking up all of this good stuff. Post me your location for the nation. Post me that while I figure this thing out. I really appreciate everybody, man. Thank you guys for subscribing. I'll always love it. Thank you guys for following. Always love it. Thank you guys for sharing. Sharing is caring. You know, it is sharing is caring. Let me do this again for all of my out there, right? All right. So, here's the situation. Let me tell you a quick story. Sometimes in life, you can be rushing and trying to get to a certain location so quickly, right? Shout out to Plano, shout out to Washington State, shout out to Virginia and Carolina and New Mexico and Dallas, Texas. Shout out to also Oak Cliff. Shout out to Oak Cliff. But sometimes you can be rushing to get to a space or a spot or, dare I say, a location. And you can be trying to pass by everybody in traffic, right? I was going to the store the other day, and it's not that far away from the house, but we got multiple red lights, and there was this car that was trying to race through, going in and out of traffic, like everything was on fire. Basically, he was rushing to get there. He was trying to get there so quick. Almost ran into me, but he was just going bobbing and weaving, going in and out of traffic. And I was sitting there saying, man, I hope wherever they going, they get there. You know, I hope everything is okay. I pray that they got everything in order, right? They was doing all of that rushing. They was speeding, going in and out, recklessly driving, what have you. Then come to find out that red light stopped all of that, you know, because although they was putting in all of that effort, burning all of that gas, burning all of that and burning all of this, we ended up at the same place at the same time. And I come here to tell people the reason why the turtle beats the hare is not because he's faster than the actual hare. The reason why the turtle beat the hare is because he outlived them. I want you guys, if you can, Google this for me. The average lifespan of a turtle opposed to the rabbit or the hare. You see, that guy, he was trying to get to the location, and guess what? We ended up at the same spot at the same time, but he went and burned up all of that energy. Oh, Lord, what you trying to say? Shout out to Pickens, man. Really appreciate you, South Carolina. Cali in the house. Yo, Jesus, what's good, man? Shout out to you, Jacob, man. Really appreciate you. Slow and steady. Eric Mack wins the race. Yes. But what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to lament this really quickly, is that we don't have to rush this season out the way. This season is long for a reason. Mike McCarthy got to input and insert his philosophy. We got to understand that, yes, it's been 25 years, Law. It's been 25 years. Oh, man, it's been 25 years. But, you know, it's been so long that my face almost frozen on the screen. But let me just turn it up a little bit. Well, it's been 25 years, but I'm going to say this. Outside of the Giants, who's really catching us in our NFC East? Who's really catching us? You know, I think the Giants got 4 Super Bowls, but if you really look at the context, all of these other teams, they rushing, bobbing in and out, trying to keep up, all using all of their resources, burning through tires, right? Changing out alternators, changing out transmissions. You know, there's always the alternator. But they doing all of these things, trying to keep up, and they still haven't caught up. They not even at the same spot at the same time, right? I'm still the car that going right through the green light, and they doing all of the bobbing and weaving. They get behind the slow car, and they hit the red light. So what I'm trying to say is, and there's multiple levels of speaking, man, this is like crazy chess moves right here, is that we don't really have to worry about Atlanta Falcons, right? We don't have to worry about winning this game, but will it be a luxury to win this game? Yes. Yes, it will be a luxury to win this game. Yes, it'll feel good. It'll come out victorious this weekend. Is this a must-win game, right? Is this a game that we must win? I will say this. We don't have to rush it because nobody wins the Super Bowl tomorrow or Sunday or what have you, or Monday night. Nobody's going to win the Super Bowl on that day. One of the famous quotes of Bill Parcells would say, hey, we will know more about this team on Thanksgiving. When the Thanksgiving time come around, we would know more about this team. Some people want instant stuff, and that's the modern day society. Everybody wants everything instantly, right? Everybody wants something right now, tangible, something that they can physically touch and say, I'm going to beat on my chest and say, hey, the Cowboys undefeated, right? That's what everybody want to say. Everybody want to say, we beat down the LA Rams. We beat down the Atlanta Falcons. We walked over there to Seattle, and we beat them down too. We 3-0. That's what everybody want to say. But 3-0 don't win you the Super Bowl. Continuity, rapport, understanding the ins and outs of your team. What Mike McCarthy said this week is saying, hey, the honeymoon is over with, baby. It's over with. It is over with. Now the reality hit in. Bills got to be paid. Palms got to be greased. Honey-do list, you still got to do that. It's time to make the babies now, baby. The picnic is over with. Ain't this right? Do you think that we should invest in our buying a tight end for a 1-year contract considering Jarwin is out? Yeah, I love Q&A time. Let me see who said this. Jared, yeah. Here's the situation here. Evaluation. Can Blake Bell do it? Can Schultz do it? Can Cole, was it Hakuti or Hikatini, I think his name? Hikatini, I think. Can he do it? Or can number 84, I forgot his name, Keon, can he do it, you know? Will you put all of your trust into those guys, right? We're going to have to figure that out, Cowboy Nation. We really going to have to figure it out. Do you really put your trust in those guys? Or do you sit back and evaluate and trust the process of understanding that, yeah, we're going to look at this particular part of the puzzle, and then we're going to go out there and probably bring in a Delaney Walker, or we're going to bring in a such and such. But here's the situation with the Cowboys. Just like I say that, you know, we shouldn't rush. And the reason why the turtle beats the hare is because he outlives the hare, basically. Or he already know the alleyway, the road. He knows where the snares are at. He know how to maneuver through the treacherous times. And then he know how to protect himself by coiling himself up into the shell when the opposition is trying to attack him. So he's battle tested, basically. So he outlives the opposition, basically. Well, that same turtle is stubborn, right? That same turtle can sometimes be stubborn. And the reason why I say that is that we recall 2018. I can hear the people. I can actually see the people over here. My dog over here, Thomas, and is it Dennison? Appreciate you, Ken. Or everybody on my Facebook page. Asmodeus, you know, even him. I can hear you guys. I can hear you guys saying in 2018, hey, that wide receiver by committee stuff, it ain't working, Jerry. It ain't gonna work, Jerry. Hey, we need a dominant wide receiver. At least bring Dez Bryant back for a cup of coffee, or go out and get this guy and go out and get that guy. And they said, no, we okay. We okay. We good with Cole Beasley. We good with Allen Hurns. We good with what's this guy, Bryce Butler. We good with those boys. Oh, we got a rookie wide receiver that we can probably start day one. That's what's their mindset. We can go a little cheap right here and let Cole Beasley be the focal point because he played pretty decent last year, the previous year before that. We good. Oh, and we can do the same thing with the tight end. We can do tight end by committee, wide receiver by committee. Week 1 went by. Hey, what's going on? You know, he ain't lighting this thing up like you said he would. And everybody was saying that this guy was a cancer, Dez Bryant, but at least it was a target to throw the ball to. Week 2 went by. Hey, what's going on with the Cowboys? Week 3, week 4. Y'all remember those years? In 2018, we started off 3-5. Poor Ezekiel Elliott. When you go back and look at the stat line, Ezekiel Elliott had 77 receptions that year, more than Amari Cooper when we brought him on the board. But because we were stubborn. We said we love our guys. We love the chemistry. We love the continuity. And even before that time frame, and I hate to give you guys history and the truth, because the truth is the hardest pill to swallow. But this was the reality. We even trust our guys on defense, right? We don't need the honey badger, right? Stubborn. It's not stupidity. It's just stubborn. It's just like I believe in what I believe in, and come hell and high water, I'm not listening to you. I don't care about you. But a lot of times people say, okay, now that the fire done spread, now it's time to go get the water. No, you could have put it out before it got big. You gave the fire what it needed, and that was oxygen. So that sometimes is what the Cowboys do, unfortunately. We can't change it. We can't go in there and say, okay, with these artifacts, with this truth, you need to go out here and go ahead and spend a little bit of money. I know it don't seem cool to go out there and get a guy that's long in the tooth at tight end. But this will help aid your way on winning multiple games down the line, right? Nevertheless, they say, no, we're good. We trust our guys, right? And then when the brick of reality hits you in the face, then that's when you say, you know what? I was wrong. Let me go ahead and try to hit that rewind button and get these guys now, right? That's been the story of the Cowboys with the situation with we really can go at it with the tight end, really, because we really didn't invest in the tight end like we supposed to do. Because we began to become so reliable, that we really looked at it like, oh, he's not the problem, right? which we can really say that he wasn't, but we can argue the same thing with Sean Lee. We can argue the same thing with safety play, putting the Band-Aid on a bullet wound, but I will say I'm trying to be positive with it. I don't want to bring up all of the crazy stuff. We got Darian Thompson, baby. We got Steven Parker. We got Brandon Carr. They might play like Hall of Famers. But I'm glad that we can do a segue on this. And then if you guys like, I can open up the phone lines. If you guys like, I can do that. I can try to do that, Akeem, what's good, man? Earl can play special team safety, which I don't think which is what we need. I don't know if he can play special teams. I don't know if Earl Thomas, he's long in the tooth. I don't want to put the 31-year-old guy out there at special teams, but that's a story of a different day. Devon says he really want Delaney Walker and Clay Matthews. Here's the craziest thing of it all, right? Let me talk about Clay Matthews before I pull up this other thing and segue over to our DB talk. Here's the situation with that. Clay Matthews had 8 sacks last year. 8. And I know the old saying is, hey, nobody's beating down the wall to go get him, right? Nobody's really trying to go get a 33, 34, however old he is guy. We don't need those sacks. We can get it from somebody else. But dog it, how many people last year had 8 sacks? You know what I'm saying? Last year on our team. Point out the person that had 8 of them, on my team last year. Point out the person that wreaked havoc, creating some type of pressure to the quarterback. Point out that person for me and I will hush, right? That had 8 of them, that's on this team last year. I just want to know. I just want to figure that out. I want you guys to help a brother out with that. Post me that while I look for this chart that I got to put out here on the screen. And while I do that, let me just do this right quick. Let me turn the music up because it's going to take me a quick second. Just a quick second. Just a quick second. Y'all point out the guy that had 8 of them. Yeah. Let me turn it up a little bit more. right, all right. I don't have no producer today, so it's just me. So y'all got to play around with me, right? That didn't take that long to find this little chart, right? Normally I would have did my homework and have it ready for you on the jump or on the fly, but it's all good. You guys rolling with me, man, right? You guys rolling with me still, right? Will I be without you, right? Let me see. It can go about right here. I can just slide right here, slide to the left. All right, so within the confines of this chart here, I'm just going to put it up here because we talked about slide. Get out the way, buddy. All right, so in this chart, if I can read it correctly, this guy used all over the film. He's everywhere, all over the field, I meant to say. He is a guy that will try to pass the ball deep down the field. But hey, here's a disclaimer. I will say this, Cowboy Nation. Our front four, man, I told people all the time, I tell people all the time, is that it takes some time for the defense to get together. And I was just thinking that maybe it will be around week 3, week 4, week 5-ish before the defense really get on the same page. But within this particular situation, Matthew Ryan put up 450 yards. 450 yards. I know a lot of people going to say, well, it came during garbage time. It's still a time, right? It's still something that you will have to put into your mind and say to yourself, the other team, the opposing team that he put up 450 yards, he put that up against with a guy named Jamal Adams. I want to say this. Who on our team is in the equivalency or in the frame of a Jamal Adams? I'm waiting. This is a pop quiz, basically. Who on our team is the equivalency of a Jamal Adams? I'm waiting. Y'all can put it down in the comment box. X Woods is, right? Darian Thompson, right? Because I think Jamal Adams got some pivotal downs or what have you. And I'm not trying to put no hate out there for Darian Thompson, but he going to have his plate full. Falcons everywhere. They had 3 wide receivers north of 100 yards. So this guy believes in sharing the wealth. So Jerry Wayne, or it was Mike McCarthy, or whoever it was, came out and said, you know what? We're going to put Diggs on Julio, whoever it is, we're going to put Diggs on him. And I'm sitting like, okay, that's good. Speak with love and adulation. Speak with your chest. Speak with convictions of your voice. Thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established. You know, those type of situations. And that's a beautiful color picture right there. Let me know when you guys read the dark red in that picture, just above that picture, just above it, you know, it literally says above average, right? It didn't say this was the average throw, right? So that means that he's needling this ball above average. Now, I ain't making this stuff up. You guys can go to Pro Football Focus or Pro Football Reference, and you guys can pull up the same type of chart here and go through it and comb through it. You know, that's just what I'm saying. So we going to have, and I'm not saying that our guys can't do it. I'm not saying that Cheeto Woozier and my dog Jordan, Hip Pocket Lewis won't be able to slow down the wide receivers by committee over there, the Calvin Ridleys of the world, right? The Julio Jones and some guy named Johnny Cage, whatever his name is, some guy named Cage. All of those guys, quick, fast, in and out of their breaks, elusive at the top of the route, can get separation. So we're going to have our hands full, and we do not want to go on a back and forward type of situation of a let's sling this thing out, because I don't think that right now, the way our defense is and the way our offense is set up is that we are this type of team to go back and forward. Like I said, I love Dak Prescott. I love the man. But I'm thinking that Dak Prescott, the best suit for him is anywhere from maybe 27 to 30, completions. I don't want to see Dak Prescott slinging that ball from 40 to 45. I don't like that. We got Ezekiel Elliott for that. We got Ezekiel Elliott to split this thing. I think that there's a chart out there that you guys can find that when Ezekiel Elliott gets 25 or more carries, we north of winning the game, right? High winning percentages. So I just wanted to pull out that chart there, and I hope you guys got enough chance and opportunity to see it, right? I'm not trying to lead you guys astray. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in to the nation. But, that's just my thought track right here. Shout out to you. Yeah, he has yak yards. Yes, Russell Gage, right? Yeah, Russell Gage. He's a pretty good dog over there, man. I just want to pull up that chart. Let me slide back to the left. One hop, right? Brutal rise. Come on now. Dak is not garbage. No. He's not garbage at all. Play to Dak's strength. This is from Lurel. Yes, you got to look. Here's the situation. Not everybody shoot like Steph Curry, right? We just move it over to basketball. Not everybody shoot like Steph Curry, but that doesn't mean that that's the only way you should shoot. Sometimes you got to play to the player's strength. What coaches do is they figure out for Flocka, really appreciate you, man. Thank you for the donation to help elevate the nation. What coaches do is they look at your strength. They minimize your weakness. They figure out ways. Look, I was telling people this a while back. A lot of people was talking about execution, right? You got to execute on a play. Newsflash. If I'm a coach and I draw up a play for Shaquille O'Neal to shoot the three, I can draw it up all I want to, right? But if that's not his strength, if that's not his keen sense of mobility, agile, if he can't really do that particular situation, it doesn't matter how much I can draw up the play and say, well, if he execute this play, he's going to drain 33s. No. That's not his strength. That's not his strong suit. Juxtapose, just like if I was to draw up post plays, put Steph Curry down low in the box, in the post, low post, that's not his strength. I'll be misusing that particular player's skill set. Am I making any sense to you all? I hope I am. We got to figure out, okay, we know for sure Dak Prescott's strength is when he throws on a roll, right? When he rolling out. That brother is deadly, nasty, medieval. Matter of fact, let me just pull up this chart right here, because this is the chart that we will always go by. And of course, these two teams, we didn't all play each other on the same day, so you really can't go by it. But you gotta pull it up for a reference point, right? Let me see if I can pull it up on the slide again. You guys bear with me, man. Y'all bear with me. Let me see if I can do it on the slide over here. Bam, bam. Come on, help me out. Yeah, help me out. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. We got it on the chart right here. All right, so in this chart right here, we can look up the quarterback performance by passing zones, right? And I'm not saying that, Dak Prescott is so less of a quarterback than these two other quarterbacks here. I'm not saying that, because these other two guys didn't have an Aaron Donald to go up against. They didn't have a crazy type of cover two defense that eliminated the deep passes or what have you. And on top of that, when we look at the quarterback performance in the delivery of the ball and these sorts of things, but what I'm saying is back to back, we got to play these two teams. Back to back, we got to play Ryan. Then we got to play Russell. These guys from our defensive category, these guys love to throw the ball. Now, here's the situation. Russell, they do it in a crazy other way. Russell Wilson throws the ball through play action. They set up the run. And the last, I believe, 5 or 6 years or so, they always been a top 5 rushing team. They love to run the ball over there in Seattle land. I wonder why. Oh, they play into the strength of the quarterback there. That's what that is, Cowboy Nation. You got to play into the strength of the quarterback. Now, the good thing about this, Cowboy Nation, is Russell Wilson put up 300. I'm going to say it like my granddaddy, 322 yards, right? Not yards against that Atlanta Falcons defense. So if you got Russell Wilson, you can say to yourself, man, those were some good fantasy points, right? So if you got Dak Prescott this weekend, you might want to start him, right, on your fantasy league, right? You know, I think that Dak Prescott can at least put up 300, right? He can at least put up 300. He can at least have me to play this right here.
This is Sparta!
So you guys predicting what is going to be a shootout this weekend? It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a shootout. Read options. This is from Lorenzo. Yeah, let me see what you guys are saying. And I'm going to read your comments over here. Let me pull up the comment portal. You know, let me see if I can see what you guys are, wonderful people are talking about. Kerry Teagle, Zeke and TP should eat, run, and passing game. Yeah. QBs have better weapons, both of those QBs. Yeah. Dre Day, what's good, man? What's good with you, Dre? Sam Z with ATL defensive line. Now, let's not sleep on the defensive line. We don't need that doggone Trevor. And Lawrence, he is a Law, though, but I don't think it's Trevor that we need, Trevor Law, because he haven't played in the pros yet, right? We don't know. It's like an unknown of the unknown. Martez Smith says more touches for Tony. Yeah, our secondary scares me with the passing game. Positive vibe only. My girl Jessica. Yes, y'all spread the positive vibe. You know, we got to have that. Epic Gamer. Cowboys were 11 for 11 on play action in week 1. That's what I'm talking about. I got people pulling up the stats right quick. That's what I love, Epic. Keep pulling up the stats. 11 for 11 in play action. We got to do the things that what strengthen him. Well, we got to do the things that can embellish him as well, right? I want to see Dangerous. This is from Devon Hill. Yeah, this is a situation whereas we got to look at it like this is a home game for us, and we need to have some positivity, right? If we need Avon Diggs, hoping that he get his first pick, baby. What's good with you, man? Really appreciate you. Let's see what we have here. And bear with me, Cowboy Nation. Bear with me. So you guys get the chart. You guys get what I'm saying, right? We got to find ways, tools to be able to play to the strength of the quarterback. We do. That's the reality of it. Yeah. And here's the situation. I do not want people to sleep on Todd Gurley. Oh, Todd Gurley, you know, he only had 56 yards rushing, right? Let me tell you guys this. Most of the time, running backs, week 1, sometimes week 2, they don't start off with 200 yards or 100 yards. They don't even start off with 80 to 90 yards. Go back and look at the average running back. So by Todd Gurley running for 56 yards, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. There's nothing. I'm just giving objective thoughts right here. I'm not saying that Todd Gurley finna put up 150 on us. But be ready for it. For those who play football, you know, when you're a running back, you're going to have to take some time to get hit. You know, they've been playing vanilla stuff. But when you get used to that hit and get used to the flow of the game, that vision, the cutback lane, when things start moving in slow motion, normally come around week 2, week 3, week 4, right? I just don't want it to come around week 2 for us. Todd Gurley is nobody to sneeze at, and the reason why he had 56 yards because they was down. They had to abandon the run, and they had to throw the ball around. So we're going to have to figure that out as well. All right, so let me open up the phone lines because I really want to know what's on your mind, Cowboy Nation. And let's do like my girl say, Jessica says, positive vibes. We got to keep the positive vibe going, right? And I want to know how you guys deeply feel about this team. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of that good stuff, you know. Let's not sugarcoat anything. Let's speak the real around here. I mean, if you want to sugarcoat it, you know, you can go somewhere else, right? You can go somewhere else. 682-214-4087 is the number. It's the hotline for your mind. What up? Just started the channel. How much for a promo? For Flacco, you know, really appreciate you for making the donation to help grow the nation. It's nothing. I don't charge people for no promo. 903, it's you and me. Talk to me.
Hey, Law, what's up? What it do?
Is everything
what's
the same?
Up? No negativity, people. Get a life. Good night. The first game, and all y'all ready. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of coach. Get rid of this. Is not Jason Garrett. These people got to get to know one another and got to get in the groove with one another. They got to learn each other's pattern and put it together. It's just like when you making a cake. You don't have all the ingredients already in the cake. You got to put the eggs in there. You got to put the milk in there. You got to measure the eggs, measure the butter, measure the cake starter, measure the flour, measure the milk. All your different ingredients, all depends on what kind of cake you making.
Yeah.
To make sure that cake come out as good as it gonna get. So first of all, you don't come up here to my, oh, this and that. These people ain't been able to play. Mm-hmm. We just not getting in the season. Season just not getting started. Woo. First of all, they was doggone good team with 10 years out of that old no good Jason Garrett. But this man done won the Super Bowl, done been to the Super Bowl. Mr. McCarty, you gotta give him time. So stop trying to put the blame on Dak. Dak is not the TE. Dak is not the defensive lineman. Dak is not the running back. Dak is not the receivers. He is the quarterback. He did a darn good job. Then you want somebody, he got sacked 3 times. Oh, is it Dak's fault if he gets sacked 3 times? He supposed to have people up there to block for him. Okay, and Dak was sitting there throwing the ball with people all up in his face. If you feel like you can do better than Dak, why you ain't out there playing? Y'all getting on my last nerve. Every time somebody come with a video, here y'all come with your negative vibes. Don't nobody got time for that. This is our house. Whole house is this, bro? Whole house is this. This is our house. And we ain't finna let nobody come up in here and disrespect us. And another thing, Law, I'm going to get out your way because I know other people want to call in. I want to see us get out there, and I want to see our boys maneuver. I want to see them block. I want to see them tackle. I want to see them sack them people. I want them to be all over Todd Gurley and every weapon that's on the Falcons team. I want to see them play bully ball like they know how to play bully ball. I want to see our players don't get hurt, but guess what? This football, people gonna get hurt. I understand it, but I know we got a whole bunch of weapons on this team. People that ain't even active, that's on the practice squad that need to be brought out. They need to bring them up. They need to put them out there. We got people we saw in practice and do it, but y'all gotta realize we got trolls everywhere. And if y'all don't believe in the team, who else will? I believe in them. I've been repping the Dallas Cowboys all my life, and I'm not going to stop. Win, lose, or tie, I'm going to rep them boys. And I'm not saying just don't like that negativity.
Yeah, you got to say till I die. Win, lose, or tie, I'm going to represent this team until I die. That's what I'm talking about, even from the grave. They better put a
They tell me y'all belong, but I'm going to get off. They say y'all don't like it when I call all. They be in y'all chat saying y'all don't like it when I call. They say, yeah, low-key, Sky don't like her. Low-key, Law don't like her. They don't like it when she talk. Well, just because you negative and always want to be negative, that's you. I'm sick of negativity. I ain't never liked negativity. All my life I was told I'll never be this or that. So therefore, when I hear people talking and saying what a person can't do, that's why I talk up for them. That's why I speak up for them, because we are who we are. Only people can stop us is us. But we got this, and we got to keep on mixing up and make that cake come out to be the best doggone 7-Up cake, chocolate cake, strawberry cake, banana pudding, I'm old school banana cooking. I don't do that pudding stuff. I do it cooking on the stove and get them Jackson cookies and them bananas and make it that way. Vanilla, sugar, and eggs and all of that.
But
Y'all have a good night. I'm going back in the chat.
Jay, before you go, but don't hang up. I don't know.
Okay.
A lot of times they will say they. You know what I'm saying? Unless you hear it from my mouth to your ears, you can always call in, okay? So I don't never want you to be able to say, oh, this law guy, he's two-faced. No, I'm telling you right to your face, baby. You can always call in. And on top of that, I love the way you said everything about those cakes and pies. But guess what else? In life, you always got to preheat the oven. You can't put them in there cold, right? So that's what week one was. That's preheating. You can have all of the ingredients, all this stuff that you want, but if you put it in there too early, it ain't going to do the right thing that it's supposed to do, right? So that's why.
That's right. It's going to fall flat.
It's going to fall flat on his face, baby. So that's what I'm talking about, and I really appreciate you all the way. And I'm going to play this war chant for you. Really appreciate you, lady.
This is Sparta!
I love it when they call in with the heat. I love it. Hey, Cowboy Nation, we are one big, huge family. And I don't think that we should all agree about everything, but I will say this. We are family. And when people call in, regardless of whether or not it's a different opinion, different view, Law don't hate. Law ain't gonna never say I despise or dislike this person. So I want you guys to go run and tell that. But the phone line for your mind is 682-214-4087. It's gonna be hard for anybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie, to coming like the heat that Jay just brought. Man, that was some good stuff, Cowboy Nation. Let me know how you guys feel about what she said. Let me know how you guys feel about what all is to talk about with the negativity. And I don't want people to get confused with, let me see, 407. Yeah. I don't want people to get confused with criticism or being cynical of somebody with negativity. 407, what's good?
Yo, what's up, Law? It's your boy Jay Versick.
Versick, man, what's up, dog? How you living, man?
Man, I'm living all right. I'm bringing good vibes, but I gotta get this off my chest.
Talk to me.
All right. So watching that Rams game kind of bothered me because after the game we get the same thing every time, which is the injury of a Tyron Smith. Or a Zach Martin, or somebody on our O-line is hurt, and then someone in our defensive, like, secondary hurt, and then now we got to depend on these extra linebackers coming up from the practice squad or whatever, and it kind of kills the image of our defense. So it's like we need to start focusing on trying to get some younger players, like, for real.
Here's the situation. We got to start figuring out how we can maneuver that thing and find Tyron Smith replacement. Find LVE because he is the replacement for Sean Lee. But we have to figure out how we can find those things out, because if not, we'll be continue doing the same thing over and over again. So I feel what you're saying. Sometimes Cowboys, we would see a good game from a player and they disappear, and it's solely because of injuries, right? We've been hit with the injury bug. We've been plagued with that stuff. And
right.
We can't blame it on coaching. We can't blame this on the strength and conditioning coach. You know, it's just a freak accident with most of these guys.
Cause the reason why I'm saying this too, because when I watched that Washington game versus the Eagles, Washington's front dominated the Eagles like crazy. And I'm like, imagine what they're going to do to us. Now, I'm not saying that, our O-line is garbage, but we are definitely not how we used to be. Secondly, on our defensive side, I don't care how you put it, we cannot stop the run. It's been like this every single game we played last season, the season before. Even in 2017, the run has been killing our defense, and I don't know if that's because our front guys can't get it done or our linebackers aren't good enough. Like, it's kind of annoying, and I think that's how teams are attacking us. When you got a quarterback who's mobile, good with throwing the ball, and you got a three-headed monster or a two-headed monster at running back. Like, I can imagine what will happen when we play the 49ers or we play Russell Wilson when that game comes up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, can I speak objectively about this team? Because here's the situation. When the Titanic was going down, right, you saw some of the people was moving furniture around. And there's a little saying, all you're doing is rearranging the furniture on the deck. It's still going down, right? It don't matter how you look at it. So when I turned on the tape and I saw Antoine Woods inside, and I'm not calling out Antoine Barbecue Woods. It was a situation where he was playing at the 1, and right next to him, they had Tyrone Crawford, right? So regardless whether or not that's Bill Belichick coaching his team, or regardless whether or not it's Mike McCarthy or Jason Redhead Garrett, right? The same skill set is there. The same player is there. You can't really say, okay, this guy's going to get new energy all of a sudden, and he's going to push that pocket back, right? He's going to push the guard back into the or push the center back into the quarterback lap. And Tyron Crawford is all of a sudden, since it's a different type of scheme, he's going to stay healthy. He's going to give you those valuable reps. So what happened was it was the same situation. They ran it all up through those guys, and they just wasn't physically strong enough to counteract. And when we look up the scouting report on LVE and Jalen Smith, both of those guys, the biggest red signs for them was disengaging when they get bodies on them, right? They got to play with a clean jersey, basically. They got to run free. So we don't have those big hogs up front. Unfortunately, we thought that we were going to have that, but we didn't have those big hogs up front. So that's why you seen Jalen Smith get washed out of a play. That's why we seen when those hands got on LVE, he folded up and they Peter rolled him, out of the club. They threw him out of the club. It's nothing to do with, I guess, the coaching philosophy. It's just that those guys, it's like Shaq shooting a 3. It ain't gonna happen.
See, and that's my
he ain't gonna make it. That's just the reality of it.
That's my point. Because I don't blame the coaches for this. I don't blame the coaches for what's happening. Because they just say the coaching comes with the game plan. The players got to execute.
True.
And this is where I feel like we're going to have a hard time this season because our defense, once again, cannot stand up against the opposing run game. And then you're talking about we have now a secondary that's probably like a B if you want to grade it. When we got a few quarterbacks we're playing in this schedule that's going to be pass heavy, and with good run games, like I'm sorry, I don't see our defense coming together to be able to stop the runs. Like we're going to have a really tough time on that defensive side now. On the offensive side, I'm glad an interviewer asked Dak about deep passes because they're like, oh, yeah, you only made one deep pass throughout the game, and that was like towards the end of the game.
Right.
We really need to – I understand you want to give Ezekiel Elliott his reps, but if there's a point you have 3 wide receivers. And like you say, CD can play the slot or in outside. Use these guys to what they are, wide receivers. Let them get downfield and throw the ball. It seems like they're playing conservative with keeping the ball closer in. No, if you want to start gaining some yards, you got to start trying to at least pass that ball downfield.
Yeah. You are you right-handed or left-handed, Versi?
I'm mainly right-handed, but I'm actually ambidextrous.
Oh man, I can't use it analogy, man. Because you play basketball, right? You played before, right?
I used to play basketball, but I used to play football too.
You play football too, but this is a better situation. Whereas a lot of times people who's dominant right-handed, what have you, when they get full court pressed, when they get pressed or what have you, they're going to favor and keep the ball on their dominant hand. They're not going to switch over to their opposing hand. So what happened here is that we can clearly see, because I had to go back and watch a few games when Mike McCarthy called the plays over there in Green Bay land, and Mike McCarthy, he calls plays a little different. There's a crazy nuance to it. And he's walking around with the big old folder sheet, and he's not sitting in one spot. He's not an isolated person. He moving around, you know. He even grew his beard out, you know, when he called out plays. So my thing is, he probably looked at it like, hey, this was the number one offense last year in the hands of Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore, he had a fantastic job. Maybe I can work on him on a few things, but I'm going to let him drive the car. And that's what happened. He allowed Kellen Moore to drive the car. But when he's pressured and when he pressed, he's going to call the things that he customary to do. So that's why when we looked at his offense, that's why people were screaming like, this is the same offense that Jason Garrett ran. But low key, technically, this was the same offense, the vertical offense that Scott Linehan incorporated, that Kellen Moore kind of re-engineered, and that's what we saw this past weekend. So that's what happened. When he was pressured in big moments, he goes back calling the plays like Scott Linehan, or going back to the core or what he used to know how to do best, right? So that's just what we saw from there.
Before before I get off, let you go. Kind of got the callers going to call in. I at least want to get this one last thing out.
Talk to me.
One other issue that I see happen, and I hope is something that Dak can get over as the season progresses, is him holding on to the ball too long. My issue is that he's going to hold on to the ball, and then when throw it to a receiver, it's going to be kind of too late. Either the ball's going to be behind him once again, or he's going to throw it too early and it's going to get intercepted. Like, I hope he can get his time, out, because in his interview he even said, "Oh, I need them to hold up the line just a little longer, or I got to get the ball out quicker."
Yeah.
As a quarterback, you're supposed to be especially he has years in the league now. Like, this is like year number 5, I believe, number 4 or 5.
Yeah.
You should already be knowing like how to time these games, like how to time your throws. Like, okay, I got to get out to them right now, or whatever. Like, that hold on to the ball for long is what's going to get you sacked or fumbled or mess up your whole entire game plan.
Yeah. I was very, very critical of Dak Prescott this past weekend because of the fact of those things. But when I really looked at the all 22, I saw that Aaron Donald, nobody had it looked like the plays that were called were not beneficial to the quarterback. There was not a lot of bubbles. There was not a lot of misdirections. There was not a lot of creativity as relates to smokes or what have you to make them pay. There was not even a toss running play to Ezekiel Elliott. So there were not a lot of things that you would say, okay, in this type of situation when you got a guy that's being so dominant like that. There wasn't even no traps called. That was the craziest thing. Trap him. Let him go free, There was not even – they were not even doing that. It was just like, okay, old traditional style, lace them up, set them up, let's see if our guys can win. And they finally, the plays that Dak Prescott positively threw the ball down the field is when Aaron Donald was not even involved in the plays or what have you, is when he had got a little quick breather or what have you. So the good news is this week they don't have an Aaron Donald, but they have a Grady Jarrett.
That's true.
Grady's going to look at that thing. I guarantee you my bottom dollar, Grady is looking at that tape, and he said, man, I'm going to try to emulate Aaron Donald. I'm going to attack Connor Williams. I'm going to attack the A-gap and squeeze in the inside where Joe Looney. I might not can do it on Zach Martin's side, but dog should. On that double A-gap, I can flip over to the side where Connor is at, and I'm going to squeeze through there because I know for sure I can beat him. That's how he's going to look at it.
Right. That's true. Right, I'm gonna let you go. I know you got the calls coming in. All right, man. Appreciate it.
That's a good call, man. That's a good call from a dog, man. I'm gonna give him a war chant too, man. So
this is Sparta!
I mean, let's be real. Wouldn't you guys do the same thing? When you evaluate the tape, when you look at the tape, you'll see to yourself, okay, I'm not Aaron Donald, but dog it, I think that I can beat this guy. I might not can beat Zach Martin, but I know I can beat this guy or that guy. Tack McKinley is sitting there like, oh, they going to put Steele out there? 956, you in the mix.
Law Nation, buenas noches. How are you, Cowboys
Yo.
Nation? Breathe. It's one game. 6% of our
Woosah.
season. Breathe.
Woosah, yeah. Talk to me, man.
Not only that, it's a home game. It's a home game with probably going to be about 30,000 fans. Home game. Dak since 2018 is 12-4 at home.
Oh,
Matty Ice, he's 0-6 in September and October road games since 2017. Looks good for us. We need a fast start though. We need a fast start. Kellen Moore, that's one thing that they did say about last year. Old Bill from what's his name from the NFL Network. He liked the way he adjusted during that 3-game win season in the beginning. The adjustments that he made. He will adjust. Up tempo, motion, RPOs. He's seen. Good thing about the Rams game, he sees what doesn't work.
Yeah.
Now let's try those other things. And see, worries me about what he said about motion, his comments, and what Rodgers said this week.
Yeah.
But again, if he looks at the numbers, he looks at those top, 12 of the 14 teams that one had a high pre-snap movement.
Yeah.
It's can't get over that. It is a home game. That's what it's so huge. I think it'll be a shootout, but I would not be surprised if we win by more than 10 because that home cooking, you want to show out. Just like the Rams wanted to open up their new stadium with a win, the Cowboys want to say, hey, that was one game, 6% of our season. Everything is still in front of us. We get a win. We're back on track. So I wouldn't be – I'm saying 27-21 Cowboys, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if we score more than 30 and we get back on track.
You know, the thing is with the Cowboys, once we start scoring north of 24, 25, we continue. We say, okay, these are the things that work. Do you recall, I believe it was 2017, we was averaging 28 points a game before we faced the Atlanta Falcons, and then that's when everything kind of hit the fan or what have you. So hopefully we can pick up the offense. Dak Prescott can hit Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup early in the game. And I would love to see this particular defense play with the lead because I think that these guys can pin their ears back. I think that number 58, he's such a dynamic dog out there that he's going to get his legs up under him, and we can create that type of pressure on Matt Ryan, and he's going to give you a few.
Exactly. And the Atlanta offense is not like the Ram offense where they are vertical. They'll go sideline to sideline. Atlanta wants to throw it deep. They know they got Julio. They know they have Ridley and Gage. They want to throw it down the field just like we do. So there'll be opportunities for our defensive ends. You're going to hear Griffin. You're going to hear Tank. You're going to hear Aldon Smith's name called more because they don't want to quick throw it. They want to go down the field because they think they have the weapons. Well, they're going to find out we've got our defensive ends.
Yeah. And that's what I believe it can be a game changer. Our defense, if the defense can wake up and say, hey, I'm here. And if Jalen Smith, I don't want him dropping off in coverage. I don't like him dropping back. But if Jalen can just get on the edge, get to the quarterback, create some pressure that way, and then have their enthusiasm a little bit there, I think that this team can look a whole lot different than what we looked like week 1.
Adaptation. Remember, Mike McCarthy said in his Super Bowl winning season with Green Bay, it was almost 80 players, 80 transactions during the season. Why? Injury, upgrade, everything like that. So it's not going to be just the people we got. We're always looking at player acquisition, 24/7, 365, just like they said. So I trust in that. Injuries suck. We adapt and we overcome, and we still get that dub on Sunday.
Man, that's what I'm talking about, man. Positive vibes only, right? PVO. Let's go.
Wait, positive vibes, but we grind. That's how we do it. We start out fast. We keep the pedal on, Atlanta, and we tell our fans, breathe.
Relax, right? Yeah. Man, that's a good call for you, man.
All
What else
right,
you got
Law,
for the
thanks
show?
a lot for the yes, Law. Thank you very much for the opportunity to call in. I'll let some of the people share their viewpoints. But always remember, Cowboys, Cowboys Nation. Puro pinche Cowboys.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Let me give you a war chant for that.
This is Sparta!
You're live on the Nation.
9 down.
9 down for your mind. I saw it there. I said, man, let me just let him say it, man. Talk to me, man. Talk to the Nation and talk to everybody about Game 2.
Game 2. What's up, Nation? I'm worried about Joe Philman, man. I just did some research with him. And his offensive line is always at the bottom of the pack or the middle of the pack. Like when he started with the Packers, they had a top 5 line, and they continuously drop. When they won the Super Bowl, it was pretty all right. But Green Bay always had shaky offensive line play. That's why Aaron Rodgers always had to extend the play. And in Miami, Ryan Tannehill took a beating. I feel like, yeah, he took a beating in Miami. And and it's alarming. I'm like, because Big Game, he's a big Brandon Knight fan. I felt like Brandon Knight did a good job. I didn't know who in the world Steele was, bro. And for my quarterback who's on a franchise tag, that's not a good look. That's not a good look at all. And he didn't make the adjustments. It was like the Rams knew Steele was the weak link, either Connor Williams or Steele.
Oh, my God.
So they was on the attack that. But Mike Nolan, looking back at it, they only scored 20 points.
Okay.
Like, we as Cowboy fans, we are so micromanaged that we look at every play. So when they gash us or might have that big passing play, we get all up in arms. But in the end of the day, they didn't score 3 touchdowns. They only scored 20 points. But I feel like we got to lean on Zeke right now. This offensive line is shaky.
Yeah.
Like, Zeke is slimmed down. This is what he's here for. And with our wide receiver routes, I feel like it got to be more creative. It got to be more motion. It got to be more up-tempo. Because, Law, you're a Mississippi brother.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott, he played in the shotgun offense, correct?
Yeah.
No huddle offense, correct?
True.
Ezekiel Elliott at Ohio State played in the shotgun offense spread.
Yeah.
No huddle. CD Lamb as well. Amari Cooper may be the only one that played in the traditional, but he's still able to adapt. Especially, we need to get more in tempo with Jarwin getting hurt. You know, I tight end is still a little shaky. Still a little shaky. I don't know if you don't go out in the free agent market or waiver wire, but I feel like Dalton Schultz and just give Zeke some more and Pollard more touches out the backfield. But with these Atlanta Falcons, I feel like our defense was straight, but they're going to open it up.
They are.
And
they're going to open it wide open for them.
And who's going to guard Julio? Is we going to double him? You know? Is it one-on-one? I feel like we got to switch the coverages from man to zone more. And I feel like we got to get Jalen blitzing more because he's still looking lost in that passing game.
I mean,
they're still throwing balls over his head.
Yeah.
He's still a little step late, you know. But other than that, and this is my question, Law, on the defense. Because we ran a lot of 3-4.
We did.
Last game. But sometimes when I see the 3-4, one of those outside linebackers put their hand in the dirt. And I feel like DeMarcus, I know he's doing what the coaches want him to do, but I feel like he got to go to his bread and butter because it felt like he was a little hesitant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like he was a little hesitant. Alden Smith, hey, he's better than advertised. Hey, I'm glad we had that information coming beforehand. Alden Smith he's comfortable in that role, but I feel like, especially on third down, I want him to put that hand in the dirt and just be more explosive because he's standing up, but I feel like his feet are a little too slow for that. He got the hand work, but I feel like he's very hesitant in making his moves. And one question for the nation, y'all go on Twitter, Instagram, tell Antoine Woods to come with that same power he did for Gerald McCoy Sunday. We don't need no more runs to your side, bro. Yeah. Especially in the second half. Because it's critical for that middle, whoever's in the middle, Poe, Crawford, Antoine Woods, to hold it down those first two downs so Alden and DeMarcus can eat. And that's my time. Peace to the nation. It's a blessing, brother. Y'all stay up. And we have to get this one. We have to get this one.
Most certainly, fam.
Peace,
Appreciate
brother.
you, man.
No doubt, brother.
That's what I'm talking about. Good call from 910, 9-dime. Hey, he talked about Ezekiel Elliott, right, starting this thing off. And I would say, man, Ezekiel is that dog, man. He had 88. We had 90-something yards, 96 yards. That's a lot of yards. That's a lot of yards. He didn't have that type of production since the second year in the league, first game. And when we think about it, Cowboy Nation, that is something that we will have to take in mind, too. This is Slim Ezekiel Elliott. This is Slim Ezekiel Elliott. Y'all saw how he made 4 guys miss? And we only lost the game by, a field goal. So like he said, it's not like we got blown out. And yes, we do look at this team and we grade this team hard because of the expectations are so high. They are. And I don't want us to ever let up. No. We are not that type of people or those type of people. Yeah, we're going to continue to grade it hard. But we also have to look at it like this too. Let's be realistic too. Like we're not supposed to go 19-0 or 20-0, how many games ever it is. It is what it is. We lost one. The honeymoon is over. The head coach said so. So now the coach is looking at it like, okay, now we know what it tastes like to lose. You see that taste? I know you guys don't want that taste anymore. So let's put in an extra hour. Let's catch the ball a little bit better, Schultz. Oh, let's go through our progressions a little bit faster. You don't think the coaches are coaching these guys up? Yeah. And non-dime, he brought up some brilliant points going over Joe Philbin. I had my reservations on him. I know for sure that he used to be a head coach, but his bones were offensive line. And the moment we got that continuity going, we got rid of the guy. He's over there in Giants land, right? So we'll figure this out whether or not we made the right decisions. But like Jessica said earlier, the egg by itself ain't that great, right? You start mixing a little flour, you start mixing a little other ingredients, vanilla extract and all of those other things, and you got to preheat the oven. And it takes time. You can't put the cake into the oven and say, okay, it's ready in 3 minutes. No, it doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. The problem is that it's been, 25 years. That's a long time. And regardless of how we say it, the NFL, ESPN, Fox News, they don't care. They don't care if it's been 50 years. They're going to talk about the Cowboys. We the one that butters everybody's grits. 205, you live. It's Uncle Charles.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, Uncle? How you living, babe?
Man, I'm telling you, man, I'm doing the best I can, Lord, with everybody falling down on the team and thing. But I just want to say this. I want to say hello to the Cowboy Nation brothers and sisters. I love y'all. But what I'm finna say right now, Lord, maybe my brothers and sisters might not agree with me, but you know what, brothers and sisters always agree with each other. We learn to agree to disagree, but we still love on each other at the end. Let me tell you something. If we don't have Tyron Smith, Elias Collins, so what? Deal with it. Do you think Tyron Smith would be on the team if Jimmy Johnson was still coaching? No, he would be replaced. And if Elias Collins come to camp and he's out of shape, guess what? He will be fined. And the next time he come out of shape, he'll be cut from the team. I am tired of the excuses. See, what people don't understand is about Uncle Charles is that I was there when the Dallas Cowboys beat the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl. I was there. I saw it from my top bunk in my bed, in my room with my brother. I begged my mom all night to let me watch the Cowboys. So I take it very personal when they say, man, I don't know what we're going to do. Man, Lord knows. Look, man, so what? Deal with it. People deal with injuries. We deal with injuries on each team in the NFL. So what? I'm tired of the excuses. You know who I blame? When you go rob a bank and the guy's out there in the car, I don't blame the guy that's robbing the bank. I'm blaming the guy that took him there to rob it.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. And I want to say this to the Cowboy Nation. Let me tell you something, man. I was there when Jimmy Johnson had that team and they was 1-15. And what did he tell Jerry Jones? Jerry, it ain't going to look good right off the bat now. It's going to take time. And I remember we was 1-15. So I know what losing is. I know what we was when we were 6-10. And when we got walloped at Texas Stadium by the Chicago Bears, 55-3. It's no excuses. You got a good coach. We still hanging on to Jason Garrett syndrome. We got the symptoms. You know why? Because we still got Leon Lett. What is we even doing with Leon Lett? Ever since he touched that ball in the snow on Thanksgiving, he should have never came back.
Big cat.
He should have never came back. And then you got one name. You got the offensive coordinator. He went behind the ears. I'm telling Coach McCartney right now, Coach, the last time I looked at you, you ain't missing no meals. In fact, everything around you have ate. So I'm telling you, you need to start taking the play calling over right now. Because if we lose this game, a team cannot make it to the playoffs if they go 0-3. It won't happen. So I want to say this in closing to my Cowboy wives and Cowboy girlfriends. I'm going to say this in closing. Ladies, we love our team. We love the Dallas Cowboys. In fact, we love football in general. In fact, we love it as much as y'all love y'all nails, going to the beauty parlor, buying your wigs and hair pieces. Yeah, I'm a connoisseur in wigs. I mean, I come home with a wig on the door, wig on the table, wig on the shower rack. What is that moving on the floor? That's a wig too? Man, goddamn. I'm just tired, bro. I'm very frustrated, man. I love y'all, Cowboy Nation, but let's just tell the truth. We don't got Lyle Collins and we don't got Tyron Smith. So what? Deal with it. And that's what I got to say to the Cowboy Nation. I love y'all, and y'all might not agree with me, but I still love you. And I love you too, Lord, and that's all I got to say, bro.
I love you too, Uncle Charles, man. Really appreciate
yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Man. I'm going to give you a wolf howl off of this, man. Yes, indeed. That's what I'm talking about, man. Let me bring another one out. Because, I mean, that right there, you know, wig on the floor, wig on the doorknob, man, a wig on the head. Hey, what's that moving, you know? So here's the situation. Regardless of whether or not we have bad or good, you know, opinions of this team, the situation is that we still love this team and we still bleed silver and blue. That's just the bottom line. So we want what's best for the team. And some people worry, some people don't. Some people cool under pressure. Some people just get in so antsy about it, and they say, man, why we just can't be one of those teams to luck up and do it this way and do it that way. No, that's just not our team, you know. So at this point right now, let's just reshape our minds and figure this thing out. Now, Tyron Smith conversation, I've seen people get mad at me. People flat out got mad at me for reporting what I've read about Tyron Smith's neck situation and his back. And they said, well, Law, it's fake news. He's going to play Saturday or Sunday, I meant to say. And trust me, I want Tyron Smith out there. But I can only call a spade a spade. And I say, well, hey, we're going to have to figure this thing out. And it's better to have somebody out there now in practice learning and picking up things instead of just saying, okay, Tyron Smith having practice in 2 or 3 days. Let's put him out there and let's hope and pray that it doesn't flare up in the second quarter or third quarter. Now you got somebody who's inexperienced out there, and that's on Dak Prescott blind side. Oh, newsflash. Newsflash, Cowboy Nation, for those who really, really want this quarterback to be successful like I do. This is a contract year. If he don't show up now, he's gone. He's gone. I know a segment of people say, yes, we finally got rid of Dak. I come here to tell you guys, it's been a long journey before we got Tony Romo. And we taste a little bit of that when Tony got hurt and we had the Brandon Whedons, Matthew Castle, and so many people with their minds think that if we were to draft a guy like a Pat Mahomes or whoever else that's lighting it up, Burrows, whatever that guy named, Joe Burrows, what have you, that they're going to do the same thing here. You know, this Dallas area, this Dallas market is crazy different. I can't explain it. It's just crazy different. The expectations are extremely different. Or Lamar Jackson. They think that we can just get those guys and it'll be the same. No. Lamar Jackson came into the Ravens, and the best quarterback there before him was Joe Flacco. Before Joe Flacco probably was Trent Difford, Brad Johnson or somebody. Pat Mahomes, they wasn't comparing him to a Roger Staubach, a Troy Aikman, a Tony Romo. They're comparing him to Alex Smith. Who else? Joe Bono, whatever, Steve Bono, whatever the guy name. Or not Joe Montana there, but you know what I'm saying? Because the Chiefs don't really look at Joe Montana like that because, he originally was a 49ers guy. You know how that goes, right? So the expectations is crazy different on the Dallas Cowboys land. It is. And I'm not saying that whoever quarterback that we get many years from now won't be able to live up to those expectations. But just turn on the TV. Turn on ESPN, first take, second take, third take. They're not talking about the team that just won the Super Bowl. They talk about the Dallas Cowboys. They ain't talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. You wouldn't even know if you was an alien from outer space and you landed on the planet Earth and you turn on the TV, you would never, ever knew that the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. You'd think that, hey, that team with the star on the side of the helmet, they must just won the Super Bowl because they talking about them all day, every day. Let me know if I'm lying. Shout out to you, Mendoza. Really appreciate you. Hey, I'm just trying to put it out there, man. Eric, really appreciate you. G.M., what's good? Draft Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence come up here in Dallas land, probably fold up like a wallet because it's different. You can't say that Clemson is the same as the Dallas Cowboys. It's different. I'm just telling people right now, it's different in Dallas. It's just different. I wish, because his expectations. Look, Trevor Law come to the Dallas Cowboys. Let's paint a picture. Let's say he come to the Dallas Cowboys. The first thing they're gonna say is that, hey, Dak Prescott won 13 games his rookie season. Can this guy go 14-2? That'll be the first article. Troy Aikman won such and such Super Bowl within his first few years. Can he do it? Dak Prescott, his first 3-4 years, he won 40 games. Can Trevor Law do it? They're going to compare him not just to Tony Romo. Now they're going to compare him to Dak Prescott. And this is the craziest thing of it all. And let me know if I'm lying, but this is the truth. Shout out to you, George. Really appreciate you for sharing. Here's the truth of it, is that even if he win 13 games his rookie year, right, they're going to still squash it and say, well, Dak Prescott won 13 games his rookie year. You see, it never, ever stops. The Dallas Cowboys will always be talked about. I mean, it will always be the number one news, the sensationalisms, everything that you can imagine, that is what they're going to talk about, the Dallas Cowboys. The game of the week, even though we're playing at 12 o'clock, the Dallas Cowboys will have more ratings than any other game this weekend. Regardless, people are going to be glued in. That's just how it goes. Shout out to Keith Floyd. Really appreciate you. Sorry. Right when Dak was taking over the game, the offensive coordinator at time out to run the ball. You don't break the quarterback when he's finding his rhythm. Yeah, Keith Floyd, I remember that play. I think the reason why they broke that play up because I think Jarwin got hurt on that play. I know what play you were talking about. They kind of slowed it down a little bit, and they had to call a timeout or forced to call a timeout because I think it was an injury. But I get what you're saying. Bama fan, what's good? Throw the New York Giants 2015 at me. Yeah, shout out to you. What did Tony Romo say? Yeah, kill. When you can tell me, Beast, I would stop hating. Don't throw junk and stats at teams with leaking secondaries. Yeah, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, Young Wilson. Man, no. You guys are never late. How long I've been live? Y'all can help me out with that. How long I've been talking to you guys, man? Let me know. I turned the phone lines off. I just want to talk to you guys. But I really appreciate everybody who called in. Shout out to Jessica who called in earlier, who set the tone for the calls. And shout out to my dog, Versick, and who else we had call in. They just gave out some good points. Nine Dime and Uncle Charles. Everybody, man, if I left your name out, I charge it to my head, not my heart. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? This team will always be viewed as it's the end of the world where we win. We go on a 3-game winning streak. We're the best team since sliced bread. You know, Super Bowl favors. It's just how it goes. At a time, I do love it when we fly under the radar. But the moment, 82 minutes, shout out to you, Adams. The moment, 1 hour and 22 minutes, appreciate you. The moment we do Ruglock, man, really appreciate you for all the work you're doing over there, too. The moment we go on a spree, the moment we go on something, that's when everybody's saying, okay, this team can do nothing, no wrong. Then we start getting old crazy aficionados in the house. They start doing all type of crazy calls. Dak need to use his legs more to get out of the pocket when no one is open. Versick, I love that. Me, Big Game James, and Sky, I think on our last late night hype video, I was talking about, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds fine and dandy. And I was sitting there saying that we might want him to do that, but in the back of his mind, his subconscious might be saying, man, you ain't getting that dollar, dog. You fold up now, they might not ever pay you. They wasn't trying to pay you before on the front end. Why would you try to risk your body now? Now, when you do see Dak Prescott run, he's not going to hold up when he's running, but I just got to have that subconscious on your mind. Now, the optics of it, thinking that somebody's going to play half of a speed when, you know, they're not getting paid, I don't think that that is a good optic, but that's the reality of it. Because I'm quite sure, if I'm a fly on the wall, I'm quite sure his brother said that, hey, they don't really trust you like that, Dak. They really don't believe in you like that, Dak. Look, everybody else got paid. Jalen Smith got paid. Oh, you see, La'el Collins got paid. Oh, Amari Cooper got paid. You didn't get paid. Why risk your life and you ain't getting paid? Not saying that that's what he's saying, but what I'm saying is that probably what he's saying. And it's the reality of it. La'el Collins got paid. All of those coins showed up camp fat, basically out of shape. The optics is crazy. It's crazy. Law, what do you call it when the team hasn't won a Super Bowl in 25 years? Shaking my head. Super Bowls are hard to come by. They are. And since I love analogies. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. A woman that's not thinking about cooking a pie or baking a pie, basically, doesn't automatically knows how to. You got to go out there and find the ingredients. You got to have interest in finding the ingredients. You see, the Cowboys for 25 years wasn't really thinking about pies and cake because they wasn't going out there focusing on the ingredients. So that's the reality of it. Bill Parcells was the only coach before on the front end, before Wade Phillips or before Jason Garrett, had Super Bowl pedigree. The other coaches outside of Barry Switzer, even Barry Switzer was a risk and a gamble. Let me know if I'm lying. So you expect, who was the coach out there, Barry Switzer? Y'all put it in the chat box. Y'all put it in the chat box. I forgot his name. It's at the tip of my tongue. And then who was the coach after that? Those guys didn't have Super Bowl pedigree. They didn't. So we wasn't looking for the ingredients. A lot of people saying Jerry Ego thought that. Y'all help me out. Dave Campo. We love him. Did he smell? Did he reek of Super Bowl pedigree? Did he have the will and the fortitude of the team to get them to the Super Bowl? Chan Gailey, same. Did he have Super Bowl pedigree? Have he ever been there before? Was he proven to get there? Those were buddies of Jerry. Those were guys that he trusted. and I don't want to sound negative, Cowboy Nation. I definitely don't want to sound that way. And I know it's going to come off as, Law, here he is, he think he knows more than Jerry. He's talking about Chan Gailey. He's talking about, what's the guy, I'm about to say Dave Wanstead, but Dave Campo. He's saying that those guys wasn't Super Bowl caliber coaches. Well, I want to know what they did when they left the Cowboys. Did they go to the Super Bowl? Cowboys abroad. How do we adjust for the? Let me go back. Offensive line struggles in the game coming up. That's the $1 million question. We gotta pray. We gotta hope. We gotta hope Tyron Smith is ready, right? We gotta pray and hope that Connor Williams. The first game was just a doozer. And Joe Looney, he's ready now. Zach Martin, he got to be the leader of that offensive line. He's the healthiest one. Dave Campo was the worst coach ever. Nepotism. I believe it's a mixture of nepotism and cronyism. Skeptical fan, yeah, it's a little cronyism in there as well. A little ego, a lot of ego. That's what the recipes were. That's what we were cooking up. Let me sprinkle some nepotism. Oh, let me get some cronyism. Let me sprinkle that in there. Oh, let me just hire my guys, my buddies, my dog. And then those investors came in and said, you know what? Gee golly, we would love to invest in you, but you got 5 and 11, 5 and 11, 5 and 11 on your table. These investors don't want to put their money that way. Well, I'm going to step back and I'm going to get Bill Parcells. Oh, I hate to bring this up. What did Bill Parcells do within the 3 to 4 years he was here? Playoffs. Did he get playoff wins? Yes. Close your eyes, Cowboy Nation, and imagine this, like Ripley's Believe It or Not. Do you guys believe this right here? If the Cowboys were to keep Bill Parcells for the 13 years that we had, you can bring it in with Wade Phillips and of course with Jason Garrett, but with Tony Romo, if Bill Parcells was the head coach from 2000 and whatever time that he first arrived until 2000 and 16 for crying out loud. Do we win at least one? Do we win at least one? Do we win at least one? At least one. Or do we at least, with the team that we got, do we at least go to the big dance? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Think about this. It's just crazy as it all seems. For the last 13 years, well, with the last time that we really think about it when we do the homework or what have you, and I love this story time talk. DeMarcus Ware, although Parcells didn't want him, that was a Parcells guy, right? Pillar of this team, pillar of this community, pillar of the Dallas Cowboys. Parcells guy. Oh, Jason Witten, long in the tooth right now, but he was a Parcells guy. We still got some flavor from those guys, right? Oh, Tony Romo, he was a Parcells guy. You guys get what I'm trying to paint out? Not many we can hold on for a long period of time and say, yeah, Wade Phillip guy, there was a Wade Phillip guy. No. Not many we can say, well, for a long time, there's a Garrett guy that stayed and made reverence like the Parcells guys, right? I digress. But I will say this. Mike McCarthy, I'm not putting him on a pedestal or anything, but let's give him some time. Let's see what he can coop up, over here. Roy Williams, number 31, yeah. Eric Mack, yes, well, shout out to you, man. Probably, but remember, Parcells was getting up there. He wasn't quite the force that was in the New York Giants days. I beg the difference. Quincy Carter, he got to the playoff with Quincy Carter. Tony Romo, at the time, the slim Tony Romo, before Britney Spears and all of them, before, Candace Romo and all of those, and whoever else he was dating, before dating Romo. Well, Parsons said, put away the anointing oil, don't anoint him yet. And the moment he left, they anointed him. It's like, hey, he's our knight in shining armor, Shout out to you, Joseph Torres. Yeah, pretty appreciate you. So I'm not dogging anybody. I'm just putting it out there. I just feel like you can't paint the picture. Even let's look at it like this then. Parcells' disciples, right? Sean Payton's of the world, right? Boy, even Coach Zim, even though he wasn't really a disciple, but the tutelage, under him, he's still coaching somewhere, right? Jessica Simpson, yeah, I forgot about him. But didn't Tony Romo dated Britney Spears? I thought he dated Britney Spears. Let me know if I'm wrong. I thought Britney Spears, I saw her. It was Carrie Underwood, right? He dated some of them. He dated one of them. Was it Carrie Underwood? Huh? Let me know. Jason Garrett gone now, though, Cowboy Nation. Greg Ellis, yeah. Greg Ellis, hey, he's on the top of the charts with the Dallas Cowboys sack situation. Look up his stats, man. The reason why Greg Ellis get a bad rap because we passed up on Randy Moss. Mm-hmm. He had to date Britney Spears. Somebody Google it right quick. I thought he dated Britney Spears. Now I know I ain't crazy. I know it's late. I know it's late, but I thought he dated Britney Spears. Job, what's good with you, fam? He dated Jessica Simpson. Okay. All right, I was wrong then. Oh my goodness. Romo dated Jessica Simpson law. Okay. I thought for sure he dated Britney too, but Tony Romo was a little player. Good old Romo. Yeah. Yeah. But he did date Carrie Underwood, right? He dated her, right? We can get off Romo talk. We get off this. Stick to football law. This is Clint. Well, this was in the ramification of football. You know, the lady is always in the ramification of football. Coach, you say, hey, don't dissipate while you're playing, right? It weakens your system. Who got Witten? Yeah, the Raiders got him. The Raiders. All right, I done talked to you guys enough. What else we can talk about now? We heading into week 2. We're playing against Matthew Ryan. Who else on that team? They got the Todd Gurley. They got 3 running. They got 3 quarterback. They got 3 wide receivers that can really do some crazy stuff to us. So this will be a biggest challenge of our defensive secondary. But let's not be scary because we got my dog coming back, Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis. In conjunctions with everything, I like to see Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis matched up with my dog Diggs. You add those 2 together, and baby, I'm telling you, Jessica said he did date her too. Yeah, see, I told you people, hey, Google is a magical tool, baby. It is. Julio Jones. Julio is the beast, yeah. Clint, yeah, I think that Julio is a guy that he pushes off at the top of his route too. He's a physical wide receiver at the top of the route. And I'm going to be looking like this, saying, hey, y'all better call it. Y'all call it on Michael Gallup. Y'all better call it. We better not let them off the hook. We better be ready. Yeah, we better be ready. Should they do a lot more motion, like pre-snap game, before the snap kind of stuff? I just say it from here. They got to figure out something because here's the situation. That's the new era, whereas you got the guy in motion before the play is happening or what have you. And a lot of times when you're looking at the defense and how they are lined up and set up, you want to key in whether or not this is a zone or is man-to-man. So the motion sometimes tip the actual opposition hand. But if you're a guy that like to know where everything is at and you want to manipulate it from other things, like dare I say a Peyton Manning, he didn't like a lot of motion, you will have to be really in tune with the offense. You have to be really in depth of knowledge of being able to call those audibles. And that's why it took Peyton Manning forever and a day to get a play out, because he didn't believe in motion the guys. You know, his mastery was, okay, I want to see the tendencies of the safety. Is he going to creep up inside? Oh, that means that I'm gonna take it to my fullback, or I'm gonna audible that out and put the ball in the belly of Joseph Adai or the other running back. His name is slipping my mind. So that is the way Peyton Manning did it, and a lot of people tried to replicate that, and they kind of fell off of it. Peyton Manning had a lot in that head to do all of those things. So emotion is like the cheater way to do it. You know, when you take the slot guy, you motion him out of the slot, and maybe you call up your running back to fill in that spot right there. And maybe, just maybe, you're looking at empty, and you'll see how the defense scrambled there. And then right before the snap, you have the running back to get back behind the quarterback, or get back behind on the right hip or the left hip of the quarterback. Then you can really see what you can do from there in those fashions, right? But you gotta have experience, and you gotta have free will with your offensive coordinator and your head coach to do those things. And I'm not saying that Dak Prescott don't or do have those type of situations, but this is his 5th year. Yeah, Laurel Romo, high football IQ. Yeah, Edgerrin James. Yeah, Edge. Yes, Joseph. You see, I got some football novelists over here. Yes, we do. Run the damn ball. This is from Joyce Harris. Yeah, but you got to know where you're running. You just can't line it up in our formation. Hit slam, belly, putting the ball in the belly of Ezekiel. We got to come up with some creativity. We do. We got 2 dynamic running backs. But I will say this. Just hear me out. Kellen Moore played quarterback. He wasn't a running back, right? just like I said when Versi was on the phone, 9 times out of 10, when the pressure and the triple pressures of this world is on you, you're going to go back to what you favored in, what your good thing is, and that's passing the ball. So we'll figure that out, right? Seattle's going to kill us. No, skeptical fan. No. They looking for revenge, right? But we're going to kill them. And we got to fry up these birds, too, this weekend. Cowboy Nation, that's all the time that I have for this beautiful, and I mean just that moment, beautiful day, beautiful night. And I can't wait. I can't wait to talk to you guys in the morning. Let's continue to grind and shine, Cowboy Nation. I know. It seems bad because we still got that loss in our mouth, right? Not a good food at all. But we were just preheating the oven, right? We were just preheating that thing. Now it's time to put the stuff in there, right? Now it's time to put that food with all of those ingredients in there. Appreciate you guys' rule. Let me give a shout out to everybody that I can. SoCal, Trojan, really appreciate you. Elijah, Uncle Charles, really appreciate you. Nix, Adam W, Montana 808, Young Wilson, Miss Scouting Pro. Oh my goodness, I really appreciate you, Miss Scouting Pro, with all of the pro information. She don't give me average information. She give me pro information, and I really appreciate you when you shoot me that stuff via email and beyond. Dre, what's good, man? Say hello. I saw Dez in Grapevine today. He looked big, and he said he's about 240 pounds. I don't think he's 240 now, but I gotta say this right quick, and I think that Dez will let everybody know that tight end is a different animal. You got to shed, you got to block, you got to be able to line up in line and these sorts of things. So if Dez is the type of guy that they say, okay, they're gonna bring in for a cup of coffee for tight end play, it ain't happening, because the moment and trust me, I love Dez Bryant, and he's not 240, I can tell you that, off the jump. But I can say this, it's over, I just don't think that he will come back to the team and wear a different number outside of 88. I just don't see it. And that ship done sailed. I love Dez, good guy, brilliant guy, and these sorts of things. Does a lot for the community, feed a lot of homeless people throughout the area. And all of that stuff goes unseen, unheard. Nobody hears those stories, right? They only hear the other stuff, right? But I just don't think that this team will compromise the offense by putting Dez Bryant out there at tight end. Because the moment you line Dez Bryant up at tight end, I'm that safety. I'm that nickel guy. I'm yelling, pass. I'm not going to, I know they ain't running. Because Dez Bryant against, I guess, the guy in high school or middle school or college, what have you, yeah, he can kill him and eat him up. But now this Dez Bryant with a linebacker in his face or the defensive end chipping. And the defensive end going to get those hands on him like, and they're going to get their hands in the inside. And I don't want him to get an injury settlement and things like that. It's a lot of stuff, man, that goes involved into playing that tight end role. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of nuance, crazy stuff. But it is what it is, Cowboy Nation. Shout out to Dez Bryant, though. Hopefully, a team he can land somewhere. Dez or Noah for tight end. Even Noah Brown, I just don't see him. I would put him into some play sets outside of tight end. But, it is what it is. Cowboy Nation, let's continue to grind one day at a time, one movement at a time, brick by brick. There's for middle linebacker. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Might want to write this down. I always like to leave out with some type of positive note. When you're up against your struggles, meet it squarely, face to face, lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer, see this thing through. Even hope may seem but futile, then with trouble may be beset. Remember, Cowboy Nation, we're facing what other legends have met. The Troy Aikmans, Roger Staubachs, Dez Bryant, right? Keep your head high, eyes through the finish. See this thing through, Cowboy Nation. We will figure out a way, one way or another. Let's go. Stop right now. I want you guys to continue. Let's go. Fire on the Facebook panel. I know you guys at Facebook can't let the YouTube people outbeat you. Let's go. Let's go. They say a prize fighter, even when he's down, even when everybody thought that he can't fight no more, even when everybody say that this brother can't do this and he can't do that, but that prize fighter, people fail to realize that prize fighter continue to swing his blows, continue to fight, continue to see this thing through. On top of that, Cowboy Nation, when we think about this, Cowboy Nation, if they say if you fall, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. Cowboy Nation, we landed on our backs. We're not on our faces. We landed on our backs. So we're going to face the Atlanta Falcons. We're going to give them the full energy. That's what I'm talking about. Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established. And I see the Facebook groove over there with all of the fire. I love it, Mendoza. I love it, Jerrigan. I love it, Michael. Hey, let's continue to grind, Cowboy Nation. Let's get this thing going the best way possible. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap for it, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all terror of God or man for it, if you will simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and scarcity, with faith, hope, and confidence and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty or famish or fame or sickness or body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want. And could be that Super Bowl. If dogged and grim and besieged and besetted with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, let's get it.